Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. We'll then run through the UK Met Office run and have a look at the weather warnings. So we do have a rain warning in force today for some of this relief rainfall we're seeing over parts of northern England and Scotland. And then we'll have a look at the longer range, look at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the Ensembles. So it does look like as we head into the first week of July, things, especially in the south, could start to be turning much warmer and much drier. Most importantly, we still do have a lot of precipitation around over the next 5 days or so, but as I said, sort of between the 5th and the 10th of July, it's starting to look like some proper improvements. It's not anything exceptional, no massive heat wave, but does look like an extension of the Azores high is going to be coming up from the southwest, turning things much drier and, as I said, much warmer as well. So remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So, if we do start on the live radar, you can see weather fronts are progressing in from the west. For the majority, it's sort of on and off, moderate rain. You can see over the hills of Scotland and across northern and northwestern England. We can see, some quite heavy precipitation there as a result of relief rainfall. So the moisture rising above the hills, condensing and forming precipitation. There's still other precipitation around, so low-lying areas as well, but it's not quite as heavy and it's a bit more patchy as well. There's plenty of showers moving through Northern Ireland and parts of Ireland as well. Could be quite heavy and thundery within this as well, and this precipitation will slowly spread eastwards over the course of the day. So I'm recording this around 2 p.m. You can see the temperatures are not, if we do get them to load, they're not too bad at the moment, especially further eastwards, getting up towards the sort of mid to high teens, maybe 20 degrees peaking. But because we've got a lot of precipitation further westwards, it is pretty chilly indeed. Those temperatures really struggling around that mid to low teens. You can see across Europe, though, where we're escaping the precipitation, much sunnier, much warmer conditions, seeing these reds getting towards the mid-20s. These sort of conditions could be migrating back to the UK, as I said, over the course of the next, let's just say, next week or two. So if we do now have a look at the latest from the weather warnings, you can see there is a weather warning across southern and southwestern parts of Scotland. You can see here a period of heavy rain during Tuesday may lead to some minor flooding for southwest Scotland from 2 a.m. today until 6 p.m. this evening. If we do have a look at those further details, you can see heavy and persistent rain accompanied by strong southerly winds will affect southwest Scotland for much of Tuesday. So strong winds around as well, clearing to the east by early evening. Rainfall totals will be widely 20 to 30 millimetres, while higher ground in the west, particularly around the Galloway Hills, could see 50 to 60 millimetres. Again, very likely lower on the impact matrix. So quite likely we see high rainfall totals, but not hugely impactful. Hopefully that is. So if we do now have a look at what the UK Met Office run is showing over the next 5 days or so. There's plenty of precipitation around the next 5 days. So we're not seeing anything too warm in the near future. But as we head into the longer term, that's when things start to turn a little bit warmer. So don't be too disheartened if it doesn't look particularly great over the next 5 days, because that warmer weather hopefully is coming in the longer term. So you can see that precipitation spreading through at the moment, and by sort of 5-6 p.m. it's slowly progressing eastwards, but fragmenting as it does. Will bring precipitation further eastwards as well before we just go into sunshine and showers tomorrow. So it's going to be very hit and miss, maybe some thunderstorms within that, mixing in within that as well. So it could be some very heavy precipitation, but elsewhere there could be some quite decent conditions with sunny, warm sunshine as well, around in a few areas as well. So beyond that, as we head into Thursday, you can see things turning a little bit drier, but still showers around, especially in the north. Before through Thursday afternoon, big thundery showers get going again. So not all thunderstorms, but there does look likely to be some heavy thundery weather within this. But again, as I said, you can escape these showers. If you do escape the showers, it won't be too bad at all. As we head through to Friday, you can again see sunshine and showers, but less showers, especially further southwards. And as we head through the 2nd of July, things still unsettled in the north, turning drier in the south, and we see that sort of continue to Sunday with that precipitation sort of signal starting to decrease quite significantly. And that's because if we look at the pressure, you can see high pressure is starting to nudge in from the southwest, and if we look at those upper air temperatures, you'll see they're starting to rise as well in the south as well. Nothing crazy, but just starting to rise, getting a little bit warmer. Now if we do have a look at those 2 meter temperatures, you can see today peaking around 20 to 20 degrees, 22 degrees further eastwards, further westwards, much more miserable and around the mid to high teens perhaps, but under precipitation, of course, feeling a lot cooler than that. As we head into Wednesday, you can see those temperatures will rise once again in the east, maybe to 20 to 23 degrees, more widely sort of mid to high teens again. But where we see showers, it's going to feel chilly once again. But hopefully, with sunshine mixing in, it won't feel too bad. As we head towards Thursday, you can see those temperatures in the afternoon, 20 to 22 degrees again, nothing too crazy, but again, decent in a few areas, but elsewhere 15 to sort of 18 degrees, still chilly under heavier precipitation. And by Friday, again, around that 20 degree mark, so around or slightly below average. And then again, by Saturday, it is starting to turn dry and those temperatures are starting to respond more widely, 20 to 24 degrees, looking quite decent for some, but still quite a bit of cooler conditions further northwards. But as I said, so around that sort of 5th of July mark, we'll start to see significant improvement in those temperatures. So if we do now have a look at what the GFS is showing over the next couple of weeks, if we do put into the 12-hour increments, you can see low pressure dominating at the moment, but the Azores high building in around that 4th, 5th July point, and we see warm sunshine. Again, the wind direction isn't exceptional. It's coming from sort of a sort of round the high pressure in from a west, veering more northerly to easterly further southwards. So it's not a warm direction. It's not coming from the south by any means, but it is generally warm upper air conditions. We can have a look at that in the 850 HPA temperatures. You can see starting to rise under that higher pressure, around 10 degrees at 850 HPA, which is pretty decent. It is mainly in the south though. You see further northwards, isobars a little bit tighter, low pressure close by to Iceland, so could be some more showers there as well. So that's why I said, especially in the south, could be turning warmer and drier. Further northwards, uncertainty. Beyond that though, it does start to look like low pressure will try and run back in, but still some very warm air just to our south, so we could be holding on to that warmer, drier weather in the far south and southeast. If we now have a look at the GM, see how that does compare over the next sort of 10 days. Again, low pressure running in off the Atlantic before the Azores high builds in, turning much drier and warmer at day 10. And you look at those 850 HPA temperatures, widely around 10 to 15 degrees. So pretty warm indeed. You look at the temperature deviation, a good 4 to 6 degrees above average, not too bad at all. And as I said, warm and dry. As I said, no heat wave, but warm and dry, much more pleasant conditions than we have at the moment, where areas are just getting on and off showers, persistent precipitation, and stronger winds. Because, of course, with high pressure building in, those isobars spreading out, it's going to be turning much, much more settled in terms of wind speeds as well. So if we do have a look at the ECMWF, see how that does compare. Again, low pressure running over the Atlantic at the moment. The Azores high slowly building in around the 5th to sort of 10th of July, and you can see really quite decent. Low pressure again close to the north, could be a little bit more blustery there, but for most of Ireland, Northern Ireland, England and Wales, it is really quite warm and dry. Real big high pressure there. Look at those upper air temperatures, widely around 10 degrees at 850 HPA. Yes, being helped by these low pressure systems running up across the north, dragging in warmer air, but still looking pretty decent. You look at the temperature deviation, a good 2 to 4 to 6 degrees above average. So really, really quite warm and dry, especially in the south. Now if we do have a look at the ensembles, you can see it's around or slightly below average over the next sort of 3, 4, 5 days for London, cooler further north and westwards, and some precipitation. Nothing crazy, as it's mostly fizzling out before it reaches it eastwards, or at least the heavy stuff is fizzling out, but still precipitation around. Around that sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th of July mark, it's turning much drier, and the foreseeable future beyond that is pretty dry. And you can see those upper air temperatures are returning to average, slightly above average around that sort of 5th to 10th of July mark. Warm and dry, that is the message here. And longer term, yes, more uncertainty comes in, but the majority are around or above average, with precipitation quite minimal. You look at the sea level pressure, you can see a clear distinction in rising pressure around that 1025 to 1030 millibars. And look at the 2 meter temperatures, and you can see they're slowly rising back towards the mid 20s, around that 23 to 25 degree mark. And again, when we build the heat over a few days, we could get up to 26, 27, 28 degrees, and you could even rule out the isolated 30 degrees here or there. But as I must stress, no heat wave by any means, just warmer, drier weather. If we do have a look at the ECMWF, just have a look briefly at the temperature, 850 HPA and precipitation. Below average over the next 5 days, slowly veering towards average, but taking a little bit longer to get above average. But was getting above average around the 7th, 8th of July, and then staying above average for the foreseeable future. And precipitation is very low considering we have 50 ensemble members here. Very low precipitation for around that 4th to 10th of July point. Again, 2-meter temperatures, you can see again rising back towards the low 20s, struggling to get towards the mid 20s, but eventually gets there by around the 8th to 10th of July, and it looks really quite warm and dry. So yes, precipitation around over the next sort of 5 days or so, hanging around in the north especially, but further southwards we could start to see some dry weather, maybe towards the end of this working week and towards the weekend, with things starting to turn a little bit better. Could be seeing, as I said, warmer, dry conditions as we head into July, which I think a lot of people will really enjoy as we start to veer towards the end of the school year. Kids starting to get off school will be great. Just getting some real sunny weather for that. So yeah, fingers crossed we continue to see this Azores high building. We've been seeing over the last few days, and we're seeing it still there today, becoming more certain with it, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. For the time being, precipitation is around, quite heavy precipitation, gusty winds, so please make sure you do stay safe out there, especially in that yellow warning zone in southwest Scotland. And then again, some heavy thundery showers over the next few days, so again, stay safe with that. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.